Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, in this tutorial I wanted to show you a stitch, a very easy stitch, 2 rows repeat. You can do this with thinner yarn. This I worked with 3.0mm crochet hook. So the stitch is not reversible. This is the front of the work and this is the back. You're gonna choose which one you like. Or you can do with a thicker yarn for a warm blanket if you like. So this is the front and this is the back. You can change colors if you like every 2 rows. It's very easy, this stitch. Well, this one is going to need some yarn. So if you don't want to waste too much yarn, or it's too much for a project, then you're going to do with very simple stitches that will not require so much yarn. With this stitch you're gonna chain odd number. So I have here 13 chains, and after you chain odd you're gonna chain 3 more. So 1, 2 and 3. We're gonna skip the first 3 chains, and into the 4th we're gonna do a double crochet. And in each chain until we finish this row we're gonna do double crochet. I'm gonna show you now with a double crochet. You can do with a treble if you like, instead of just double. The yellow and green sample I did only with double crochet. The one with the yellow, white and blue, the sample, it's done with treble. I'm gonna show you the end of the stitch, how the difference between treble and double. Depends. If you think that treble is too much, well, then you're gonna do with a double. So double crochet in each chain. We're gonna chain 2, turn your work, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the first 2, we're gonna work in sets of 2. So we're gonna yarn over the hook. So you're gonna not this one, not the first one, the next 2. So you're gonna take it like this, 2, and you're gonna pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again behind those 2 double crochets, pick up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again. If you don't like this being too bulky, then you're gonna go only twice. Yeah, so we're gonna pull the yarn through these loops, not the last one, then yarn over and pull the yarn the last 2. We're gonna chain 1, so yarn over the hook, and again we're gonna pick up the next 2 double crochets. Yeah, we're gonna do like this. You want to pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again and pull up a loop, and the 3rd time pull the yarn through all these loops, yarn over and pull the yarn to the last 2, chain 1, and again we're gonna move to the next 2 double crochets, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. Like I said, if you think it's too much, it's too bumpy, it's too bulky, this puff, let's say, then you're gonna go only twice. You're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna take 2 by 2 by 2, yeah, until we finish this row. So once, twice, and the 3rd time. Pull the yarn through all those loops, and the last 2, chain 1, and the next 2. I think this one for pot holders I think will be great because it's quite thick, the stitch. So we have the last 2 double crochet and the chain 3 that we skipped in the beginning. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna go behind those last 2 double crochets, and we're gonna do the same. Once, you go back again, second and the third time, pull the yarn through all those loops, last two. We're now gonna chain one now, yarn over the hook, and on the top chain we're gonna do a double crochet. You're gonna chain two, turn your work. It's gonna look like this. So now, so this row you're gonna do, like I said, there are 2 rows repeat, and this row. So yarn over the hook. So we have the double crochet here. So in between the puff and the double crochet, in this space, we're gonna do a double crochet. Yarn over the hook. This row is gonna be only double crochets. Yeah? So we have the stitch, next stitch, let's say the puff. So we're gonna go through the stitch and we're gonna do a double crochet. And in this one chain space between the puffs, we're gonna, between that space, we're gonna do a double crochet. The stitch with the puff right here, we're gonna do a double crochet, and so on. Next, the chain one space, you're gonna go through that space and do a double crochet. The stitch, next one, and we have the space, double crochet, to the space, and we have the last stitch here, the last stitch and the chain. So we're gonna do the same. You go through the stitch, double crochet, and we have the 2 chains on top of the second chain. We're gonna do a double crochet. It's gonna look like this. Okay, chain 2, turn your work, and now you're gonna repeat the row with this puffs, let's say. And I'm gonna take 2 double crochet at a time. So yarn over the hook, the first and the second, there, these 2, and we're gonna do the puff. So once, twice, and the third time, pull the yarn through all those loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, chain 1, and again I'm gonna take the next 2 double crochets. So once, twice, and the third time, chain 1, and so on. It's a very easy stitch, I think. Well, this one, it's easy. You can have a conversation, you can watch some TV. It's not that complicated, this one. I think if you have a thin yarn and you work with a bigger crochet hook, I think this is gonna look really nice. Looks like this. Chain 1, so the next 2 double crochets. You can do it treble instead of double. So we have the last 2 double crochets and the chain here. We're gonna do the same. I'm gonna pick up the last 2 double crochet, once, the second and the third time, pull the yarn through all the loops, those loops, the last 2, and we're not gonna chain anything now. So we have the chain 2, and on top of the chain 2 right there, a double crochet. So you're gonna chain 2, and you're gonna start with a row with a double crochet, so it looks like this. So this is the front of the work, and this is the back. Looks really nice. Well, this sample I did with treble crochet instead of the double crochet. Yeah. So when I have to do the row with the double crochet, I just did with a treble. And so you have it longer here. If you like only double, then you're gonna do with a double. This is with a treble, and this one it's with the double. So you're gonna choose which one you like. It looks like this. So when you start again the next row, remember to put a double crochet into the first space here between this double crochet and the puff right here. So you're gonna do a double crochet and the next stitch, which is the puff, and then you're gonna go and do the double crochet in this one chain space, and then the stitch on top, and so on. And when you reach the end, you're gonna have the last stitch here and the chain 2, in which the top chain here, the second one, you're gonna do a double crochet, and then you're gonna start the row with these puffs. Yeah, it's very easy. It's really fun to do this stitch. For a blanket, I think it's quite thick, and you're gonna change the rows. For example, when you have to change the colors, for example, you want to do with different colors, then now after you do you have the row with the puffs here, and you're gonna do a double crochet. So you're gonna leave it like this, and then you're gonna attach, let's say, the new color. Yeah, gonna give her a tag here, and then you're gonna chain 2, and you're gonna start the row with a double crochet in each stitch and one chain space. Yeah, it's very easy, because it's gonna be every 2 rows. The yarn always, when you have to change the colors, is gonna be to your left if you're right-handed anyway. So you're gonna just pick up, and you're gonna have this, you see, and this. So if you want to do a blanket, you can hide this with one single crochet, let's say, with a border if you like. So it's gonna have only these things only on one side, not this one. This one doesn't have. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this stitch. Give it a try. You might like it to do something with this stitch.